Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're going to grab some broccoli. Truly another one of those ingredients that are so great for us because it's heart healthy and affordable and create a super delicious recipe. We're talking broccoli meatballs in a Spanish style onion sauce. And let me tell you, these meatballs have a firm texture on the outside with an incredible pop of flavors in the inside. The onion sauce rounds them out for the perfect balance of goodness. And the best part, the recipe is very easy to make and comes together in about 40 minutes. Folks, serve these broccoli meatballs next to some roasted potatoes and a bottle of Spanish red wine. More specifically from the region of Ribera del Duero, you can have yourself a fabulous meal. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to cut off the florets from a head of fresh broccoli. Size of the head that I'm using is 1 pound, which is 450 grams. You can also use frozen broccoli here. You just make sure to fully thaw it out and pat it completely dry. And as for the stalk, we're not going to be using it here, but by all means don't toss it, as you can finely chop it, sprinkle it over salad for a beautiful lift of goodness. And then we'll cut the larger florets into smaller ones, that way they're all similar in size. Then we'll add the broccoli into a colander and rinse it under some water. And then add the florets over a dishcloth and pat them completely dry. And finally, we'll add in the broccoli into a food processor and 3 cloves of garlic. And we'll pulse the broccoli between 10 to 15 seconds or until it's finely chopped. You don't want to pulverize it. And I tell you, if you don't have a food processor, no big deal. You just add the broccoli over a cutting board and finely chop it. For the next step, I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here, is this is what flavors all the ingredients. Make sure you get the Spanish one I'm using from the Georgetown Olive Oil Company in the description box below. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the chopped broccoli and we'll mix it around. That way it's all coated in the olive oil. And as you know, I like to mix this around continuously. That way everything evenly sautés. After 2 to 3 minutes and the broccoli is lightly sauteed, you don't want to overcook it. We'll remove the pan from the heat and transfer the broccoli into a large bowl and let it sit there for a few minutes. That way it can slightly cool. After about 5 minutes and the broccoli has slightly cooled, let's start making our meatball mixture. I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of plain breadcrumbs over the broccoli. This is 45 grams. Then we'll crack in 1 large egg. Add in 1 shallot that's been finely chopped, 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, which is 8 grams, and season everything with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Once everything is well mixed, we'll crack in a 2nd large egg. And we'll continue to mix it until everything's well mixed together. Once everything is well mixed, we'll push down on the mixture until we end up with a paste-like texture. This is to ensure that all the ingredients are well bound together. That way once you're cooking your meatballs, they hold their shape and they don't break apart. To shape the meatballs, we'll grab a spoonful of the mixture and squeeze it in our hands. Once again, this is to ensure that all the ingredients are well bound together. And then shape it into a ball about the size of a golf ball. And if you see that your mixture is too wet to work with, add in some more breadcrumbs, and vice versa if it's too dry, add in some whisked egg. Once all the broccoli meatballs have been assembled, let's start cooking them up. I'm going to heat the same fry pan with a medium heat and add in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. Once again, link where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. After a couple minutes, we'll add in the broccoli meatballs. You want to make sure they're on a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we're going to go between 8 to 10 minutes here until the broccoli meatballs are golden fried all around. After about 10 minutes and the broccoli meatballs are golden fried, we'll remove them from the pan and set them aside. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, let's make the onion sauce. I'm going to add in 1 small onion that's been finely chopped and 2 cloves of garlic that have been roughly chopped. And we'll mix the ingredients around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After 2 to 3 minutes and the onions are slightly translucent, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, which is 8 grams. And we're going to continue to mix this and go between 1 to 2 minutes on the flour. This is enough time to cook off the raw flavor in it, that way it doesn't overpower the sauce. After cooking the flour for 2 minutes, I'm going to add in half a cup of dry white wine, which is 120 milliliters. If wine is not your thing, you can sub it for any broth of your choice with a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. And we'll also add in half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is half a gram. And we'll give it a mix and simmer it for a few minutes. After simmering the wine between 2 to 3 minutes and the alcohol has been cooked off, I'm going to add in 1.5 cups of vegetable broth, which is 360 milliliters. You can also use chicken broth here, or even beef broth if you like. Either way, link on how to make my homemade veggie broth in the description box below. And we're going to mix this for another 3 to 4 minutes until we end up with a slightly creamy sauce. After about 4 minutes, and we've ended up with a slightly creamy sauce, we'll season it with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it one final mix. Then we'll add in the broccoli meatballs back into the pan, once again on a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we'll gently flip each one, that way they're fully coated in all that goodness. And we're going to simmer this between 2 to 3 minutes until the broccoli meatballs are just heated through. Then we'll remove the pan from the heat, transfer some of the broccoli meatballs into a serving dish, and top them off with the onion sauce. And for the final touch, we'll sprinkle it with fresh parsley. Check it out, our broccoli meatballs and a Spanish-style onion sauce are done. Easy to make, simple, heart-healthy ingredients, and all done in about 40 minutes. Let's give these a try and see how they turned out. Seriously folks, we've done so many veggie meatballs here on Spain on a Fork, but these right here looks absolutely amazing. Here we go. That right there is out of this world good. The broccoli meatballs held their shape. So many great flavors inside with the broccoli really shining through, and that Spanish style onion sauce rounds out for the perfect balance of goodness. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, next to some roasted potatoes and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the beautiful region of Ribera del Duero, you're gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Kevin, Krista Rakic, Robert Manahan, and Hollis Helmichi. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.